What's up everybody, it's me Sergio. I'm with Mobility Direct. Thank you for stopping by our YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm super excited. It's the first time ever we're unboxing the brand new Buzz Around Carry-On Power Wheelchair. It's model number GP130. So we're gonna tune into some epic action shots, take it out of the box and talk about it. We'll be right back. All right, folks, so welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those action shots. We're gonna talk about this scooter as I unbox it for the first time. So let's get started. I've got my pocket knife. I'm gonna start to cut it open, and while I do that, I'm gonna tell you about our free product catalog. If you want a copy, it has discount codes, our latest products, and a lot of information about our company. Go to our website, mobilitydirect.com, click on the green button at the top of every page that says free catalog. Fill out the simple short form and you'll get one in the mail within 1 to 2 weeks tops. You can also just call the number below to process a request over the phone, or click on the link at the top right-hand corner of the screen to get directed to the request form. So here we go. I just cut open the tape on all 4 sides. Be careful, don't cut too deep and cut your product. I like to tilt my knife to the side. All right, here we go. So this is the first look. Nice packaging. All right, so check this packaging out. It's molded styrofoam. Looks like the product is perfect. There's no damage. User manual, make sure you read it in its entirety so you know how to operate it safely, how to file warranty claims and troubleshoot it, the whole 9 yards. Golden Technologies always includes that visibility flag. We're gonna put that off to the side. And by the way, the troubleshooting guide on the user manual is super in-depth. I love it as a technician. I highly recommend for some of you DIYers out there to take a look at it just to get familiar with maintenance tips. So here are the armrests. We've got 2 armrests. They are flip up. Looks like there's some tape here around the armrest, so I'm gonna use my dull knife and cut that. We'll go ahead and unpackage both of these. You got the left and the right one. All right, so here's the joystick, and it looks like the joystick is mounted to the right side armrest. Pretty neat. You've got a charging port there, USB phone charging port on the left side of the right armrest, and a light switch for the headlights. This unit does come with an LED package, which is one of the nice features about it. So I'm gonna put this to the side. The wiring here for the joystick is routed through this kind of groove on the housing of the armrest. So I'm sure if you wanted to just pull that out, route it through the left side armrest, you could do it as well, and it should be pretty easy. All right, so right here we have the charger. You got to make sure to charge this thing. Initially, it's going to take a few charges for your batteries to reach their maximum potential. Keep that in mind. It is a lithium battery, TSA friendly, so you can travel with it. And it's a lithium class 2 battery charger. Input, it's going to be 100 to 240 volts. Nice. And it has a 24 volt, 2 amp output rating. So you never want to use anything other than the OEM charger. And you do want to definitely charge this thing overnight before using it with any new product. Always do that for the first time you use it. And make sure you're charging it every time after you use it for more than 30 minutes. For the first few nights that you actually use it, if you use it daily. And then afterwards, I would start really just charging when the battery gets down to about halfway or less. You could charge it overnight to top it off, or for a few hours until that light turns from red to green, indicating that it's fully charged. So we'll show you how to charge it in just a bit. All right, here are our colored panels. This is basically the blue option, and if there are any additional color options that come out in the future, you can always check our website. We'll have an up-to-date list of all the color options. All right, so we've got everything off the top piece of molded styrofoam. Take it straight up and off. And this looks familiar, huh? I mean, looks like the Buzz Around Carry-On model GP130, which is a scooter. Packaging is very familiar to me. So let's go ahead and start to talk about what we see and start taking things out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the seat out first. Grab by the yellow handle, kind of shake it out a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put the seat to the side and get the base out. Now the basket, just tilt on this side where the handle is up and it slides right out. It kind of just hooks into place with these little grooves on the frame. There's some little hooks on the basket there. So I'd like to pull that out just to see where my handle points are. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do before taking this base out of the box is make it easier. So I'm gonna pull out on these two little pieces here. There's one on the left, one on the right, just like the Buzz Around Carry-On scooter. If you pull these two little round handles out, they're spring-loaded, you can lift up on the platform. All right, so now that the platform's up, I'm gonna reduce the weight by removing the battery. There's a push button right here. It says push in big letters. We're coming up close with the camera. All right, so I'm gonna push that down, battery pops right out, and now I've just saved myself about 4.5 pounds, roughly. So this is going to be one point where I could pick up, and the front here on the foot plate handle is another. So we're gonna go ahead and just pick up. If it bites onto the styrofoam on the way up, give it a little tug, a little shake, and it should come right out. And it looks like there is a cover or bag for the battery, I'm not sure. And let's clean up the set. We'll be right back with you. Before we go any further, folks, I want to tell you how you could win a free powered mobility device like this one. We give away mobility devices all the time to random subscribers who comment on our videos. So if you have a question, or if you just want to comment saying how much you hate or love the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to our channel. You could be one of the next few lucky winners, like the last few winners you're seeing on the screen now. Again, we really appreciate you watching this video, and pay attention. At the end, we're gonna put a hidden message on the screen. So at the end, pay attention, there's gonna be a little hidden message. If you catch it, you could save big on your next purchase of the Buzz Around Carry-On GP130. We also offer tax-free sales and free shipping. All right, so when you get the unit, it should be in freewheel mode. If not, to get it to go in neutral to where you can push it around like this, you do have to take the brakes off. The brakes are gonna either be in neutral or drive mode. So check it out, there's some stickers right here. N that way, drive, D that way. So you wanna make sure it's in neutral. So if it's in drive, they'll be facing forward. Neutral, then you're in neutral and the brakes are released. So it has automatic brakes like all power wheelchairs. And now we're just gonna go ahead and start to assemble. Now, with the GP120 scooter, you have to pop a fuse in. And it looks like with the GP130, you have to as well. There's also a nice little fault code list here that tells you what to do if it beeps 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, or flashes that many times. Those are all diagnostic codes for technicians to know what's wrong with it. And if you're a DIYer, there's some that are super easy, like the brakes. If they're not in drive, then it'll beep 5 times. And you have to take it out of neutral mode, put it into drive, and reset power. So make sure you take note of that. All right, folks, so refer to your user manual. If you open it, you're gonna see this big orange notice. You must charge your batteries for 12 hours prior to use. So overnight, not enough technically. Go 12 hours the first time prior to using it. So the next thing you're gonna see after the orange slip is talking about installing the fuse. So these are 2 identical fuses. You wanna make sure you go ahead and pop one of them in. I'm just gonna take the one on the right here that's in its little holder. Okay, pull it out, and you see right here, we're gonna come in closer. All right, so I turned the flashlight off here, the lights here, because it was kind of reflecting too much. So I pulled out one of the fuses. There's one here, doesn't matter which one you pop out. But before you plug it in, always make sure your battery is still removed. You don't want to ever do this with the battery plugged in. So line up those teeth, plug them into the receiving end there, the little connectors. Now you've got positive and negative bridged. This little fuse just got knocked out, so it comes out really easily. Keep note of that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the cover back on and continue from there. All right, so the cover, you just slide in the 2 teeth on the front rounded side into their holes on the base, and there's 2 hand screws, no tools required for this part. All right, so here we go. Moving on. All right, so the next step as outlined in the user manual is going to talk about how to install the seat, but I'm going to show you, I'm familiar with the seat. We're going to also install the armrest. By the way, at the end of your user manual, you're going to find your fault codes as well and warranty information. Let's go ahead and grab the seat, install the seat, and we'll then move on to the armrests. So here's the seat. Comfortable, folding stadium seat. Very, very nice seat. That's an 18-inch wide seat. Super thick. Look at that. Nice. For a travel chair. Oh, and it's really, really lightweight. I like that. I would say that's less than 20 pounds, maybe 20 pounds, give or take. So, just like the carry-on scooter, there's a seat post, male connection point, and a female on the seat platform. Line up the male connection point with the female, and when you're putting the seat down, you have to lift up on this yellow lever. Once it's seated, I like to make sure it's seated and then kind of just pick up a little bit, hold the lever, and push down. I'm pulling up now, and it's locked in. You always want to make sure that it's locked in before getting in your chair. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and install this armrest. We're going to go ahead and line up the male and female parts of the armrest assembly where it locks in. You're going to kind of come in at an upward angle, push it in. You might have to give it a little force for the first time you do it, and then it's going to lock in place. These are flip-up armrests, ladies and gentlemen, so you can expect extreme comfort adjustment features on all of these different components here. So I'm going to go ahead and connect the accessories and the joysticks to get power for them here. Okay, they make a pretty easy system here. You can't really mess this up. It's 2 cables, each have their own unique connection type, so you can't confuse them. Just go ahead and tighten up that cover there, and you're good to go. All right, so at this point, we should have power to the joystick and the USB charging port, as well as the light switch. Same thing here. We're going to have the armrest up. Line up the holes and the grooves on each, the male and the female part. That's it. Nice looking chair. I'm excited. All right, the battery's just gonna pop right in here. Go down nose first from the rear, plug it right in, and you see the light already turned on there. Right now, if I turn this on, because it's in neutral mode, if you remember from earlier, it's flashing 5 times. And that's a fault code letting you know your brakes are not engaged. So here we have the brakes. Put them into drive mode, reset power, and now it's going to work just fine. All right, now before we put the seat back on, before you ever put the seat on after disassembling it, before you ever put the seat on, you always want your basket in first. Okay, that's just part of it. You have to work it that way. So make sure that logo is facing forward, okay? And just rest it into its position. So again, nose down, and then it's gonna kind of just wiggle into place. It's not really hooking into place, which I would like to see, but when you raise the seat, that's what it relies on. By the way, I don't know if you noticed there, that flex, this chair has suspension. It's articulating suspension. So you're gonna have a nice smooth ride. But anyway, these little grooves on the seat post frame are gonna hold your basket in place. So you need to have the seat post up, and you don't wanna have the seat pre-installed and then try to put the basket in afterwards, or else it's not gonna really work. You're not gonna be able to pop it in. So now, hold the lever when you're installing the seat. Just like when you're going to remove the seat, you need to work that lever, test it, make sure it's locked in, and then make sure your chair is in neutral mode if you need to wheel it around, and then plug in the 2 connections for the accessories and the joystick controller. Nothing to it, they are unique connections. All right, so once you've got those connections locked in, verify that you're in drive mode. So I can't push it. If it was in neutral, I'd be able to freewheel it. Both of my motor brake assembly levers are in the drive position. So put your battery in, battery by the handle, logo facing up. You do have the charging port here. You can charge it here if you want overnight for 12 hours the first time, or up by the joystick, which we'll show you how to do. So just slide the battery in and it just locks into place, light turns on. If you have the brakes on in the drive mode position, your chair will work as intended. If you don't, it'll beep or flash 5 times. Here's the horn buzzer, power buttons here, top left, and this is to control your 5 different speed modes. Standard joystick controller, nothing too fancy, but also great in case you need to replace it. They're not going to be as expensive, limited functions. Armrests do flip up again. They are not width or height adjustable. So here's that light switch, pretty nice. And again, you've got the USB charging port on the left-hand side if you need to charge any of your USB powered devices. All right, so we've got the charger here. You're gonna wanna just take the wall cable that goes into the wall, the other end, plug it into the charger assembly here. We're gonna go ahead and plug one end into the wall, and check out what's behind me. We've got lots of other Golden products here. They're super dependable. They all come with a 1-year in-home service agreement, free of charge, and an industry-leading warranty, especially on the batteries. All right, so once you plug it into the wall, your light's gonna be green. The other end, it's a 3-prong barrel connector. We're gonna power down, always power down when you're charging. You can either plug it in here, or you can plug it in directly to the battery box. There's 2 charging points. You can use either one. So if you want to take the battery out, charge it while you're on the go, you can do it there. I'm going to do it here. So we're going to line up the 3 pins with the 3 holes on the barrel connector. And that light went from green to red. It's letting you know it's not charged yet. So when it turns green, it's fully charged. So the safety flag comes with every Golden products like the ones you see behind me. If you want to see videos on all of these, click on the top right-hand corner of the screen where it says Golden Technology Videos, and you'll see our entire playlist. They have some pretty awesome products. So the safety flag breaks in half, and you just connect it there. There's a little connection point, and on the back of all of these seats for the Golden Tech products, there's a little stitched part here off to the left side, which is very narrow, just enough for you to slide that flagpole in there. And that's your holder. So now, when you go to the grocery store, your significant other can't go getting lost. You'll have this high visibility safety flag to spot them down with ease. All right, so folks, like the GP120, the GP130 also has a traveling case for the battery. So if you aren't familiar with what it's like traveling with one of these, we do have a video documentary showing you what it's like to travel on an airplane with a buzz around carry-on. Not this model, the scooter, same process. You need to take the battery out, and the battery goes with you onto the plane. They're gonna check the power chair at the entrance of the plane. You're gonna take off, and when you arrive at your destination, the chair will be waiting for you as soon as you get out of the plane. They usually provide you with a manual aisle chair that's just narrow enough to fit through the aisles of the airplane. That's just the way it works right now with regulations. Hopefully that changes in the future. But it's nice to know you get one of these for free, and I highly recommend checking out that video documentary so you know what to do if you're going on an airplane trip with one of these products. Put the link in the top right-hand corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the battery back in, and we're gonna wrap up this video. Again, this was the assembly video. If you wanna see an in-depth review video, make sure you subscribe. We are gonna release it soon. And if you're subscribed, you'll get notified when that new video comes out. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and change the colored panels for you in case you're interested. Super easy to do. They just pop right out. All right, so for the front covers, all you have to do is put some pressure here and slide upwards. They're gonna pop right out. Now, I know it might be hard for some of you. You might wanna get a flathead screwdriver. I prefer not to though, because I don't wanna scratch those panels. So you can just see they kind of just slide right in. There's a cap that goes over the top, and you push it into place. Same thing on this side. You can see the cap kind of spring loads into the top, and there's these little guides to guide them through the front part there. So guides go through the front, and then it pushes and locks into place from the top. Now for the side pieces here, you're gonna have to use a flathead, or if you feel comfortable, use a knife. try it out. There's your one piece for the left. Same thing on the right. Now for the rear pieces, same thing. Nice that they're perforated tires. So not only does it have that articulating suspension, but it has perforated casters, which are going to give it an even smoother ride. Awesome stuff here. I'm really impressed with how light the chair itself is. For a lot of these disassembling models, the chairs are heavy, but on this one, it's super light. Wow, this chair is super smooth. Again, folks, stay tuned for our next video. We're gonna do the in-depth review and go far into detail as far as how it performs outdoors, how to load it in and out of the trunk of the car, test out different things to really see what it's gonna be like in a real life scenario. For now, this is the unboxing and assembly. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to learning more about this thing, making repair videos, DIY videos. It looks awesome, super smooth. Great suspension, great ride so far from what I can tell, very comfortable. Again, this is model GP130 by Golden Technologies, and I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have a great day.